When you were a kid, a single summer felt like it lasted forever. Endless golden afternoons that seemed to stretch on with no end in sight. Now a whole year can vanish in what feels like a single blink. The strangest part is that the clock on the wall never changed at all. So why does time feel like it keeps quietly speeding up on us? Get this, the answer is hiding inside the way your own brain builds time. It is one of the most universal feelings that nobody ever really explains. By the end of this, you will understand exactly why your years feel faster. It happens so slowly that most people barely even notice it creeping in. One day you simply look up and wonder where all the years went. It can feel a little frightening, but the science behind it is beautiful. Best of all, once you understand it, you can start taking time back. This single feeling connects nearly every human being on the planet. And more importantly, you'll learn how to gently slow them back down again. Here's the first shock. Time is not a fixed thing you simply observe. Your brain actually builds your sense of time from scratch, moment by moment. There is no single clock ticking away somewhere deep inside your head. Instead, your mind stitches time together from attention, emotion, and memory. Honestly, that is why a boring hour can crawl while a fun day flies. The exact same 60 minutes can feel completely different from the inside. So the speed of your life is really a feeling, not a fact. Scientists have tested this in labs with clocks, tricks, and timers. People trapped in boredom wildly overestimate how long a minute lasts. People lost in joy barely notice whole hours slipping quietly away. Time truly lives inside your mind far more than on any wall. Understanding this illusion is the first real step to beating it. Boredom and joy quite literally run on two completely different clocks. And feelings, unlike clocks, can absolutely be understood and even changed. Think back to your very first day at a brand new school. Every sight, sound, and smell was brand new and vividly unforgettable. Childhood is packed wall to wall with these dazzling little firsts. First bikes, first fireworks, first friendships, first heartbreaks, all of it. And here's the thing. Novelty is what makes your brain slow time down. New experiences force your mind to record dense, detailed memories. More detail means the moment feels longer and richer when you recall it. Your first kiss probably feels frozen in crisp, perfect detail. Yet last Tuesday has already faded into a shapeless gray haze. The difference is not the time itself, but the density of memory. Newness is the paintbrush that colors a moment into something lasting. Adults simply stop collecting these bright, precious first times. That is why childhood summers feel almost impossibly long in your memory. Now, here is the piece of math that quietly rules your whole life. To a 2-year-old, 1 year is literally half of their entire life. That single year feels absolutely enormous and impossibly vast to them. But to a 50-year-old, 1 year is a tiny sliver. Seriously, each passing year becomes a smaller and smaller fraction of your total. So every year quietly shrinks in proportion to everything you've already lived. Your 10th birthday and your 40th are simply not weighed the same. This simple ratio quietly reshapes how your entire life feels. It explains why a school year once felt like an epic saga, and why decades now slip past like quick, breezy chapters. The very same year simply weighs less with every one you add. Once you see this trick, you can never quite unsee it again. It is a quiet mathematical trick your own life plays on you. As we get older, our days settle into comfortable, familiar routines. The same commute, the same desk, the same coffee, the same route home. And routine is the silent thief that quietly steals your sense of time. When every day looks the same, your brain simply stops recording them. Wait, those blurred, forgotten weeks are exactly why months feel like days. Your mind literally compresses repeated, unremarkable time into almost nothing. It is efficient for the brain, but brutal for how life feels. Think about how few days from last year you can actually recall. Most of them have quietly dissolved into an indistinct gray smear. Your brain treats repetition as clutter and simply throws it away. The cure is to give each day at least one thing worth keeping. Breaking the routine is how you steal those lost weeks back. So Autopilot quietly erases huge, irreplaceable stretches of your one life. Here's a strange truth: we measure past time almost entirely by memories. When you look back, you judge a period by how much you remember. A rich, eventful year leaves behind a thick, heavy stack of memories. That fullness tricks your mind into feeling the year was long and generous. In fact, an empty, routine year leaves behind almost nothing to hold. With little to recall, that whole year shrinks into a tiny blur. This is why fresh memories are the true secret currency of time. Photos, journals, and little notes act like anchors for lost time. Each one drags a whole forgotten day back into vivid focus. This is why nostalgia can make old years feel so wonderfully deep. Capturing moments literally gives you more remembered life to keep. So the more you remember, the more life you truly own. So collecting vivid memories is a little like quietly banking extra years. The more life you truly notice, the more time you seem to gain. Deep inside your brain, chemistry is quietly bending how time feels. A chemical called dopamine helps set the speed of your inner clock. When you're excited and curious, dopamine surges and time seems to stretch. When life feels flat and dull, that inner clock quietly races ahead. You know, this is why a thrilling vacation feels long yet passes fast. In the moment it feels endless, but in memory it feels brief. Your emotions are constantly, invisibly rewriting the speed of the clock. Fear can also warp time, stretching seconds into terrifying slow motion. In a car crash or a fall, people report time nearly stopping. Your brain simply records danger in extreme, ultra-dense detail. Intensity, good or bad, is what truly stretches a moment out. Emotion, it turns out, is the real master dial of your clock. So how you feel each day literally decides how fast it flies. There's also a slower, deeper clock ticking inside your aging body. As we age, our metabolism and nerve signals gradually slow down. Some scientists think our internal pacemaker literally runs a little slower. Alright, imagine your body snaps fewer mental photos every single second. Fewer inner snapshots mean the outside world appears to rush by faster. Children capture far more frames, so their world moves in rich, slow motion. It is almost like living life at two very different frame rates. Even your heartbeat and body temperature subtly nudge your inner clock. A fever can make minutes crawl as your inner clock races. Cold, calm states can gently stretch your sense of passing time. Your whole body is quietly part of this hidden timekeeping machine. You are, in a very real sense, a living, breathing clock. A slower inner camera makes the whole outside world seem to sprint. Your biology itself is quietly turning up the speed as you age. Here's the good news: you can absolutely fight back against this feeling. The secret is deceptively simple. Fill your life with fresh novelty. Take a new route, learn a skill, or visit somewhere completely unfamiliar. Every new experience forces your brain to wake up and start recording. In fact, even tiny changes to your routine can quietly reopen time. Being truly present also stretches each ordinary moment much wider. When you savor small details, a plain afternoon becomes rich and full. Travel is the ultimate hack because everything about it is unfamiliar. Even a single weekend somewhere new can feel like a whole rich week. Learning also floods your brain with the dense novelty it craves. Even small daily surprises quietly reopen the wide feeling of time. The unfamiliar is where your stolen time has been hiding all along. You can't stop the clock, but you can absolutely fill it with life. So time isn't really speeding up in the world outside your head. It only feels faster because your days quietly blur into one another. But novelty, attention, and wonder can pour the color back in. Honestly, the goal was never to make your life somehow last longer. The real goal is to make your life feel gloriously, richly wide. So chase new experiences and refuse to live on quiet autopilot. Notice the small things, and your years will quietly grow fuller. Your best, longest, most vivid years can still be ahead of you. You now understand a secret most people never quite figure out. Time will always tick forward at exactly the same steady rate. But how wide and full each moment feels is entirely up to you. So don't just let your one precious life quietly rush past you. Because a life truly noticed is a life that feels beautifully long. You truly hold the brush that colors every single ordinary day. So subscribe, go make today count, and I'll see you in the next one.